everyone, it's Luna's Fitness. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to lose weight using a calorie deficit the right way. We're going to be talking about how to do it as quickly as possible without harming your health so you can actually keep the weight off long term. Before I get into this, I just want to say thank you so much for 25K on TikTok. That is such an amazing milestone. That was like the best thing to wake up to. So thank you so much. I love you all. Okay, let's go. So in this video, we're going to cover what a calorie deficit really is, how big your deficit should be, how long you need to stay in one, what to eat, how to train, and how to keep your metabolism healthy. Plus, I'm going to give you a research-backed timeline for fat loss. So basically using research, how long it's going to take to lose X amount of weight. So you can just have an idea of how long your weight loss journey may take using a calorie deficit. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to set this up for a few months, or even if you're doing a big deficit for years, but how to do it safely without ruining your metabolism or under eating and just getting results, but healthily. The really big thing about my page is weight loss that is healthy, because sadly a lot of girls, particularly girls who are like my age, aren't educated in the right way on how to lose weight, and they end up doing methods that are really bad for them, under eating a lot, and it ultimately harms their health and can cause, you know, mental health issues. So I just want to do something that is healthy and sustainable for you guys. Okay, so section 1, we're going to be talking about what is a calorie deficit. So let's start with the basics. A calorie deficit means you're eating less energy than your body burns. When this happens, your body uses stored fat to make up the difference, and that's basically how weight loss happens. So that probably sounds simple to you, but there is a catch. If your deficit is too small, progress is going to be really slow, and you're probably going to be deterred and go back into overeating. And if your deficit is too big, like I've seen some girls saying they only eat 600 calories a day, 200 calories a day, that's far too little. So if your deficit is too big, you're going to lose muscle, you're going to feel exhausted, and your metabolism will adapt by burning fewer calories. So you're actually not going to lose the weight quickly by being in a deficit that's too big. A lot of people have the mindset as if I eat less, I will lose more weight. But actually, if your deficit is too big, you're going to crash and burn, and you're going to be exhausted. So if you notice that you feel just so tired, struggling so much in a deficit, you're probably eating too little. So the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute recommends aiming for 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week. So that's usually going to be a deficit of 500 to 1,000 calories per day. So most women need 2,000 to 2,300 calories per day. So the lowest your deficit is going to be 1,200. And I'd say the biggest deficit you want to be in to still actually see change, probably 1,800, 1,900, but it's all dependent on who you are. And we're going to get into how to work out a calorie deficit. Studies show this pace is optimal for fat loss and muscle preservation. So you don't want to be eating any less than 500 or 1,000 calories than you would usually eat in a day. Okay, so now we know what a deficit is and that fact that you shouldn't be in one that's too big or too small. Now we're going to be talking about how big should your deficit be, because like I said earlier, it is different for everyone. So a rule of thumb that I like to live by is if you're new to dieting, then 500 calories per day is a great starting point. I'm not saying eat 500 calories per day, I'm saying eat 500 less than you would typically eat per day. So if you eat 2,000 calories a day, go down to 1,500. Okay? If you've got more weight to lose and you want slightly faster results, then you can ramp that up to about 750 per day minus what you would typically eat. And this can be safe for most people. So you're eating 2,000 calories per day, then you're going to have 750 calories less than 2,000. Avoid temptation to slash your calories to extreme lows. So never under 1,200 for women, and if you're a man watching this, do not eat under 1,500. Also, I just wanted to address that. I have gotten some comments being like, is this only for women or only for men? I'm a woman who's done this research, so I guess it would be aimed towards women, but all my advice men can follow 100%. So yeah, it's for men, women, non-binary, literally whoever you are, you can use it. Anyways, so Very low calorie diets, under 800 calories a day, are designed for specific medical conditions, not long-term weight loss. So if you're maybe morbidly obese, then you might be in a deficit of like a really large deficit. If you are obese, then yeah, you can look into eating 800 calories less, but please speak to a medical practitioner before doing that, because we just don't want to go too low, because you're not going to get results. I promise you, you will not get results, and even if you do, they're not going to be sustainable if you eat too little. So think of it like this: a calorie deficit is like a controlled fire. Too little fuel and the fire is going to burn out, and too much and it burns the house down. So basically, you gotta have enough fuel to eat. You gotta have enough fuel to get you through the day. But if you have too much, then you're just gonna if you eat too much, then you're not gonna get results, basically. What should we eat in a calorie deficit? So the type of calories you eat matters. And here I've just made a checklist of things you should have. Technically, if you're in a calorie deficit, you can eat whatever you want. You could just eat 1,200 calories worth of McDonald's every day and you're going to lose the weight. But the thing is, it can make your body composition appear differently. So you may be really bloated, but like you're technically skinny. And that's not what we want. We want to look lean and toned and healthy. So what you eat does matter. And also, if you're eating more healthy foods, you can eat a lot more. If you haven't heard of it, volume eating is really great. It's where you eat a lot of healthy food, but you stay in a calorie deficit. And if you guys want me to make a volume eating recipe video, then I can do that. So here are some foods I would recommend eating. Number one, I would say prioritize protein. Aim for at least 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight per day. I can do a really in-depth diet video to help you guys, so let me know if you want that. But the reason why protein is so important is because it preserves muscle mass, it keeps you full, and it also boosts your metabolism. So faster metabolism means you burn calories quicker. So another one is fill up on high volume, like I was just saying earlier, low calorie foods. So some of the low calorie foods that you can eat a lot of without gaining weight are vegetables. Vegetables are great, obviously. Fruits, salads, soups. Soups are amazing. And it allows you to eat bigger portions without going over your calories. So like you can have a huge bowl of like vegetable soup, with a bit of bread on the side, and that is something I love, particularly in the winter, because it is the summer where I am right now. Maybe I'll do a summer recipe video of like summer dietary foods, and I can do one in the winter. Next is include healthy fats. So fat is not the enemy, guys. Fat is not the enemy. You can eat fat and it's actually going to help you, but you just need to have healthy fats. So what are some healthy fats? Nuts are great, seeds are great, olive oil is great. Don't be shy of oil. Although I do want to tell you guys, make sure to track your oil, because you can be adding up to 200 calories extra to your meal without even knowing through oil. So that's something to make sure of, but it is still good, and fatty fish is good. This helps to keep the hormones stable, especially during long deficits. So like when I was in a deficit, I mean, my deficit was never that long, because I didn't have too much to lose. I think I was in one for 2 months, but I did like having fats, because after the first month, it can get quite tiresome. Okay, smart carbs. So we're gonna have healthy carbs, because carbs, again, like I feel like people are really against like fat and carbs, but they are helpful and they are necessary. You need to be eating these, otherwise you can actually make yourself quite sick. Your body needs carbohydrates, your body needs fat, your body needs protein, it needs everything, even when you're within a calorie deficit. So smart carbs are like whole grains, beans, lentils, potatoes, basically stuff that can keep your energy steady and level without it crashing, without your energy crashing. Next one is limit liquid calories. There are so many calories in liquid beverages, which I feel like people don't even like account for. So I would recommend cutting out juices, sodas, creamy coffees, because the calories in them are gonna add up fast without filling you up. I really only drink water and coffee because I love coffee, but you don't even, you don't have to completely cut out drinks if you enjoy them, but you need to be in a calorie deficit if you're having them, and it just limits what you can eat during the day if you're having, for example, like 500 calories worth of soda, because that isn't really filling you up and it's not very healthy or sustainable. So I would advise just like switching out. Like, for example, you have a soda, switch it to a Diet Coke, have water throughout the day. There was this girl who tried out my plans, and she went from a size 6 to a size 0 in I think 2 weeks, because she cut out all like fizzy drinks and stuff and was just having like I think she had 3 liters of water a day, or 2.7, and her results were incredible, and you can see them in my reposts on my TikTok. But yeah, so a pro tip from me is to track your meals for at least the first 2 to 4 weeks. I know, sorry for reading on my laptop. I'm reading off my laptop, by the way, because I have all my research on here. I know most people think that they're eating less, but studies show we often underestimate our calorie intake by 20 to 50%. And I think this is why people have such a difficult time with their calorie deficit, because you think that you're eating a lot less. But just because you feel hungry, or just because this feels difficult, doesn't mean you're actually in a deficit. Track. I know people don't enjoy it, but you can't really get results without tracking. And like, this is a difficult goal. Like, losing weight is a difficult goal, so you're gonna have to do difficult things to get there if you want to be able to do it healthily and safely and quickly. Okay, so next is how to train during a calorie deficit. Okay, let's talk about websites to track your deficit on. Calc, ChatGPT. If you don't want to use AI, that's understandable, so Calc I would recommend. Or, wait, what was the other one called? Yeah, actually, I don't really recommend any others, because other people have, like, said they've used other ones that I recommended, and they said that it gave them some, like, crazy answers, telling them to eat, like, 200 calories a day. So Calc or ChatGPT are the only ones that I would recommend, and the only ones I have used in the past. But yeah, Calc is great because it also gives you a timeline, which I absolutely love. So Calc, I'm not even sponsored, but I always talk about that website because I just think it's a great website. Okay, so let's talk about lifestyle habits that are going to make or break your deficit. This is a part that most people ignore, and a reason why your calorie deficit may not be working. Sleep. 7 to 9 hours per night. That's what I like to get. And the reason why is because sleep deprivation actually raises your cortisol and hunger hormones, making you crave high-calorie foods. If you've ever noticed, I definitely noticed this, when you're sleep deprived, you're going to crave high-calorie foods, because when your body is looking for the sustenance, and also your sleep deprivation is going to raise your hunger hormone. So you're actually like, you can't really battle against your hormones. And so many people are in this like little sleep, little food, you know, I don't know, mindset, and it's just not, it's not it. Stress management. Chronic stress triggers emotional eating and making sticking to your deficit harder. So try journaling, walking, breathing exercises, or even meditation. I started meditation, when I started my calorie deficit. This actually wasn't because I wanted to make my deficit easier, it just like happened to fall at the same time. I started meditating when I started my calorie deficit, but I genuinely think it helped so much. So if you're an emotional eater, I can do a video on that actually. I would really recommend trying meditation, trying breathing exercises, try working on your mental health, because that's going to help so much with you being able to stick to a deficit. Hydration is key. Sometimes hunger is literally just thirst, so try to drink 2 to 3 liters of water daily. When I'm actually hitting my water goals, which I do struggle to sometimes, when I'm actually hitting them, oh my gosh, the hunger, like, cravings go down so significantly. And I think a lot of the time hunger is just thirst. So please be drinking as much water as you healthily can. Don't go over 3 liters of water a day. We don't want to induce like water intoxication, but be drinking as much water as you safely can. How long can we stay in a calorie deficit for? So most people can safely stay in a calorie deficit for 8 to 16 weeks without taking a break. After that, you're going to want to take 1 to 2 weeks at maintenance calories just to reset your hormone, improve your energy, and keep your metabolism healthy. So let's say you diet for like 10 weeks and you're in a deficit, you're eating 1,500 calories. Then after that 10 weeks, I want you to go for 1 to 2 weeks of just eating normally, eating 2,000 calories a day, because that's really going to help your metabolism. I think that's something a lot of people don't talk about. Now, if you have a really large weight goal, you can cycle deficits and maintenance phases over months or years. So for example, you can be in a 20-week deficit, 4-week maintenance, and then just repeat that until you hit your goal. Remember, the longer you diet, the more important breaks become, because they're going to prevent burnout and plateaus. You're going to need to eat more to paradoxically lose more. A lot of people aren't aware of that. Okay, section 7, this is the last section of, section 6, sorry, section 6, this is the last part of my video. Here is the four-step plan, basically a synopsis of everything I've spoken about. Number 1, set a moderate calorie deficit when starting, 500 to 750 calorie deficit per day. Eat high protein, whole foods, and limit liquid calories. Stay active and prioritize sleep, and then use diet breaks to make your plan sustainable long term. If you stick to this, not only are you going to lose weight, but you're going to keep it off. And please remember, guys, that weight loss isn't a sprint. The less you eat, eating really little calories doesn't mean you're going to get there really quickly. It's a series of just consistent steps that are going to help fuel your body and train you. So just give yourself time and give yourself grace, and you will get there. You will reach your goals just like I did, just like so many of my amazing followers. And yeah, I believe in you guys, and I love you guys so much. And tomorrow I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm trying to post every other day or daily recently because I'm really trying to grow. Oh God, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so yeah, please DM me or comment down below with Q&A questions, because the Q&A is going to be tomorrow. And also, I just want to give a shout out to some of my amazing followers who have tried my plan. Jade Loves Workout, I think that's her name. Trying Luna's Fitness was a really great person who tried out my workouts, and the Delulu Girl, I believe was her name, on TikTok. So shout out to you guys. I'll probably do shout outs in all my videos just because I've had so much amazing support. But yeah.